Level 1. The Seed of Misfortune. In many parts of Africa, people believe that witchcraft starts with small acts of bad luck. At this first level, someone may use a simple spell or curse that causes problems like a setback, sickness, or an accident. These events may seem small, but in the culture, they are very important. They show that someone, even without knowing it, has opened the door to hidden spiritual forces. The person affected may feel that something is wrong, and sometimes local elders or healers are called to help. In the minds of the communities, witchcraft at this level is not serious or dangerous yet. It may come from jealous thoughts, a greedy neighbor, or envy that turns into spiritual action. Scholars say that in African societies, witchcraft often works as a way to explain misfortune. At this stage, the person using it might be inexperienced or acting out of anger, not from ritual or real power. Because the bad act is small, it is easier to notice. The person affected may feel changes like sleeplessness, strange dreams, or small accidents. A local spiritual advisor may be asked to clear the way or remove the minor evil. The process of removing witchcraft at this first stage usually involves cleansing rituals or simple prayers, but not powerful magic. This level is the first step into the world of witchcraft. A warning, a test of power, and an invitation to stronger forces if the person continues. Level 2. The Targeted Curse. At the second level of witchcraft, the act goes beyond small misfortune to a more intentional, harmful spell. The person practicing may focus on a specific individual, acting out of envy or purpose, not just causing general bad luck. They may bring sickness, nightmares, or constant problems to one person, such as repeated accidents, failing business, or unexplained sadness. This type of witchcraft is more personal and serious. In many African communities, people believe that the spell is done by someone who knows the victim or has heard of them, using charms, words, or objects thought to hold dark powers. Scholars say that belief in African witchcraft often connects hidden jealousy or anger as the reason behind it. At this stage, the spiritual effects become stronger. The person affected may notice a chain of problems instead of random events. Family members may fall ill without explanation, or valuables may disappear under strange circumstances, all pointing to one force at work. The community may start to suspect someone and call an elder, spiritual guide, or religious leader to find the cause of the problems. Because this level is more serious, the remedy to a witchcraft attack at this level becomes stronger. It may now involve cleansing rituals, destroying charms, prayers for deliverance, and greater alertness from the victim and their family. The person believed to be the target may be closely monitored, while the suspected witch may try to hide or deny their actions. Level 3. The Binding Curse. Now, we enter the third level of witchcraft, where the act is no longer just causing misfortune or harm, but a clear attempt to bind someone's life. At this stage, the witch may use objects like charms, potions, or spoken words to hold a person down, blocking their progress, destroying relationships, or stopping success in marriage or business. This is more serious because the goal is to trap the victim and prevent growth. In many African traditions, people believe this kind of binding is done by a jealous rival, a rejected lover, or an elder who wants to keep control. It is said that the witch places invisible chains on the victim, making it seem as if no matter how hard they try, something always holds them back. At this stage, the signs become clear. The person may face repeated failures in things that should succeed, ongoing sickness that will not go away, relationships ending for no clear reason, or business deals failing before completion. People will begin to believe that something spiritual is holding this person. The victim may feel a heaviness, an inner struggle, or an invincible barrier surrounding them. In order to eliminate the binding cause, that is witchcraft at level 3, the victim may now seek more than just cleansing. They may need deep spiritual deliverance, prayers to break the chains, or rituals to remove the object used for the binding. Sometimes, they may even confront the person believed to be responsible. If nothing is done, the binding can cause greater harm and the witch becomes bolder.
If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just take 1 second to press that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.
Level 4. The spiritual shadow attack. At this 4th level, witchcraft becomes far more dangerous. The witch no longer brings bad luck or binding, but launches a full spiritual attack on the person's mind and soul. The victim may begin to have frightening dreams, sudden fear, strange voices, mood swings, or the feeling of being watched by unseen forces. In many African belief systems, this level is linked to a skilled witch who has learned to send out spiritual agents or shadow powers that move in the unseen world and disturb a person's peace. At this stage, the victim may feel as if the whole world is closing in on them. Every effort to succeed fails, relationships fall apart, health worsens even when doctors find nothing wrong, and fear becomes constant while sleep brings no peace. Family members may think the witch has cast a shadow over the victim's life, and the community begins to see it as more than bad luck. It feels like a full spiritual bondage. People believe the spiritual realm is now completely involved, not just affecting situations, but attacking the person directly. This kind of attack often needs more than simple prayers or cleansing. It requires strength, deliverance, support, and sometimes facing the one believed to be behind it. At this level, to eliminate the witchcraft, the victim may seek help from religious leaders, traditional healers, and community elders for deliverance. They may hold night prayers, perform special rituals to drive away the shadows, and use anointing water or oil for protection. Sometimes, the community joins in to break the circle of the attack by finding the connection between the victim and the witch and cutting off the spiritual link. This stage marks a shift from physical harm like sickness or failure to deep invincible warfare. The person's very soul is seen as being under attack, and if the source is not exposed and handled, the damage only grows worse. Level 5. The enslaved mind. At this 5th level of witchcraft, the attack becomes deeply personal. The witch no longer stops at sending bad luck or binding the victim from the outside. They begin to trap the person's mind and will. They plant thoughts of fear, doubt, and confusion, making the person lose confidence, lose hope, or even act against their own good. In many African belief systems, this is the stage where the battle enters the mind, bringing constant confusion. Studies on African witchcraft beliefs show that many people see misfortune, inner turbulence, and emotional breakdowns as the work of unseen dark forces that target the human mind. At this stage, the victim may start hearing inner voices, feeling deep anxiety without any clear reason, or having nightmares that turn into daytime fears. They may feel as if something is controlling them from the inside. Business deals might succeed at first, but then fail due to poor decisions. Relationships may fall apart because of changing emotions, and even their faith may begin to weaken as they wonder if they are cursed or being punished. The community soon realizes that this problem goes beyond the physical. It has become both psychological and spiritual. It shows that the witch behind it has greater knowledge, someone skilled in using quiet, unseen spiritual tools rather than just visible charms. To eliminate this level of witchcraft requires stronger and deeper action. The victim must guard their mind through prayer, meditation, speaking positive truths, and using spiritual protection. They may seek help from spiritual mentors, counselors, elders, or church leaders who focus on inner deliverance. It may also involve removing any objects, places, or people believed to give the attacker access, while rebuilding the victim's confidence, purpose, and connection with the divine realm. This stage marks a move into the intense inner warfare. The person's mind is under attack, and victory depends on both spiritual strength and mental endurance. Level 6. The Keeper of Dark Powers. At the 6th level, witchcraft becomes extremely dangerous, just one step below the Grandmaster. The witch now controls dark forces on purpose, using rituals, objects, and spirits to enforce their will. This is no longer about simple bad luck, binding, or mental control. It is a skilled manipulation of spiritual power. In many African traditions, this level is believed to belong to those who have spent years learning hidden knowledge, often passed down through families or secret groups. Such people are thought to influence events from afar, decide the outcome of politics, or even harm several people at once. Research on African occult beliefs shows that this kind of professionalism in witchcraft is rare, but greatly feared within communities. Victims at this level often go through long periods of crisis. They may suffer from serious sickness with no medical explanation, constant financial collapse, repeated accidents, or deep emotional pain that feels impossible to escape. It can look as if an unseen force is blocking every way forward, and fear grows because the witch's power is clear. Communities often see this as the sign of a master witch, someone whose knowledge of spirits and rituals is far beyond the normal level. It is commonly believed that only strong spiritual intervention, united prayers, or ancestral protection can stand against such a practitioner. Dealing with this level calls for powerful spiritual action. The victim may turn to elders or religious leaders who have strong authority, or they take part in long protective rituals, or even go through special ceremonies to break any link with the witch's forces. It takes great courage, strong faith, and sometimes the full support of the community to overcome witchcraft at level 6. At this point, witchcraft is no longer a small problem. It becomes a force that can change lives completely, leaving behind fear, respect, and deep caution. Level 7. The Grandmaster of Witchcraft. At the 7th level and highest level, witchcraft becomes a true mastery of dark powers. The witch is no longer limited by minor spells, binding, or shadow attacks. They control powers and forces that many believe can control destiny itself. In many African traditions, this level is said to be extremely rare and is feared as beyond human reach. The witch at this stage can manipulate events, people, and outcomes on a massive scale. Legends speak of those who can summon storms, bring sickness to many, or cause the downfall of entire nations. Their deep knowledge of rituals, spirits, and hidden objects gives them a frightening power far greater than that of ordinary people. Victims under this level of power often feel completely trapped. Misfortune follows them everywhere. Relationships fall apart, business collapse, health keeps failing, and fear takes over their lives. Unlike the lower levels, This kind of witchcraft can remain hidden for years, silently draining the victim's strength and making them question reality itself. The community usually speaks about it in both fear and respect, recognizing the witch's great power and deep knowledge. At this stage, uncovering the source is almost impossible without strong spiritual help, and ordinary prayers or rituals rarely work unless carried out by powerful and experienced spiritual leaders. Defeating a Grand Master of witchcraft demands the highest level of spiritual power. It requires guidance from strong elders or religious leaders and the united effort of the community. Protective rituals, deep prayers, fasting, and cutting off spiritual links are all seen as necessary steps. Reaching this level of mastery comes with a heavy moral price for the witch. This stage represents the very peak of witchcraft, where dark forces are not only used but fully controlled, shaping lives and destinies in powerful and frightening ways.
If you found this video informative, please leave a like, share and subscribe for more compelling stories like this. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Do you want to discover even more eye-opening events? Tap the video on your screen. You won't want to miss what is coming next. Thanks for watching.